and with the house of Judah.
Go ahead.
Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
So in verse 32, right, it talks about like the history of how Moses brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. And the covenant was Moses sprinkled the blood among the children of Israel. A covenant means agreement, saying that if Israel obeys God's laws, the Most High will be on their side. He will conquer their enemies and he will be their God. And in the old covenant consists of what? Sacrifices. Sacrificing your lamb. Sacrificing, your sheep, your goat. Sacrificing, it's all about sacrificing. Give my point? But the new covenant was the ultimate sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice was Christ. In the Old Testament, right, when you commit a sin against the Most High, what do you have to sacrifice? A wrong?
So you have to sacrifice an unblemished animal?
An unblemished animal, or your very best animal. The very animal that made you the most money. My point, you had a strong ox that was plowing all the crops and vegetables that made you wealthy and powerful in your land. Now, because you committed sin against the Most High, you have to sacrifice that ox. Give my point. Don't pay attention to outside. Don't worry about them. All right. Everybody stay focused. All right. So because you sacrifice that ox, you now suffering for what you've done. Now, when Christ on the scene, Christ was our very best of everything. He was our king. He was a man without blemish, without no sin. Give my point, and that right there was the ultimate sacrifice. Okay, continue reading on.
Which my covenant they break.
Which my what?
Which my covenant they break.
We broke the covenant. How we broke the covenant? Trooper.
By not following the laws, statutes, and commandments.
By not keeping the laws. It's real simple. Like if you made a contract with someone and you do something, you renege that contract, what are you doing? You breaking that contract.
Right.
You get my point? Like like making a deal. I'm pretty sure we got some entrepreneurs in this room right now. If you made a contract with a dealer or wholesaler and you break that contract is void. Meaning that he has no obligation to deal with you whatsoever. Get my point? We broke that contract with the Most High. And that's how we was dying. We was in captivity in every country and every nationality has in captivity. And now to this day in 2021, we here in America. Everybody understand me? Keep reading.
Although I was an husband unto them.
He was a what?
I was a husband unto them.
What does it mean when the Lord said he was a husband unto us? Is it talking about he actually married every single one of us? No. What is it talking about? Avalon?
It's like, sir, it's a metaphor for the bond that he had with us.
That's the point. Like a husband is like it's a responsibility. Give me a point. Like if you have a wife, you're responsible of that woman. You have to guide her. You have to teach her. You have to correct her. You have to do all these things. Like having a wife is a responsibility, and we was the Most High responsibility.
Right.
Get my point? It's like the Lord compared us as a beautiful young woman. Now because we sin against the Most High, we was like whores to the Most High. Now according to the law, if a woman whores on her husband, he has no obligation to deal with her whatsoever. Everybody understand me? Alright, continue reading on.
Khan, said the Lord, verse 33, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts.
I will what?
I will put my law in their inward parts.
Go ahead.
And write in their hearts, and I will be their God. And they shall be my people.
Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 34, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor.
Now, what is this talking about? The Lord said He will put His laws in our inward parts, and no man's going to teach you the law. Is it talking about like brothers can't teach scriptures? Is it talking about that? My yard?
It's like it, sir. Would that be saying that we'll know the law automatically? We'll be living the law.
How? How will we live in the law? Trooper?
So, would that mean just like the law that's in place today, like when the police pull us over, you know what I'm saying? They going by the law, what they supposed to be going by the law that, you know what I'm saying?
You had it. I'm gonna say, Karyash.
Salakia, sir. What they're saying right here is that it's just gonna go without saying that it's gonna be already taught. It's gonna be the now. It's gonna be the norm.
Yeah, get a brother hand for both of your brothers. This is talking about like we're gonna live in society where like everything is a norm. Like Christmas here is a norm. Right. Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like you know 4th of July is coming without even trying to study about 4th of July. Get my point? You know what to do 4th of July. You gotta get the firecrackers, gotta get the barbecue, and you know what I'm saying? Like it just comes to you naturally. Same thing how it is when Christ come back and we build a new society under Christ. Everything's gonna come like natural. My point, like you don't have to in this society you gotta ask your boss, can you request for these days off to come to the Passover? Right. You gotta request these days off for the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Hanukkah, and you know the barbecues and all that kind of stuff. In Christ society, you don't gotta do that. A job's gonna automatically give you days off for the Passover. Right. Same with how they gave what's it called, federal holidays. And federal holidays, 4th of July, what you get, an automatic day off. Right. Same thing with Christmas. Same thing with Easter. My point, like these are federal holidays. When Christ come back, we're gonna have our own federal holidays. Everybody understand me?
On the con.
All right. That ask your question, Trooper.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
My whole thing was like, so when I asked like, is we're in a new covenant? I'm asking like, is it fully established like today, or is it like in the works?
Okay, we are in the new covenant because in the old covenant, what will happen? Is Cap right here? All right. Two answers, brother. All right, I'm gonna pass the class and priest and Captain Mountain Park.
One of them. Where you get that from? For sale? On shelf. Oh, shelf. All right, what we at with?
Jeremiah 31:31. I answered,
You answered it already?
No lie, sir.
Jeremiah 30. What's the question?
Trooper.
Go ahead, Troop.
Salaki, I was basically asking like, is the new covenant fully established like today as we speak? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. If it wasn't no new covenant, you know what I'm saying, we'd be jammed up. All right. So yeah, yes it is established. All right. Let's get it. Jeremiah 31:31.
Okay.
Kawan, he said that the online on YouTube is down. So he said, can we go live off our page, Chicago page?
Sir, I already talked to him already.
Oh, you talking my bad, Shalaki. That's your office, let me. Shalaki. I just had to double check if I could. Y'all see why halfway through the class I'll be having to go to the bathroom, right? All this water pop. What else you got over here? What's this here? Go ahead.
That's the Slim Levy.
You had to look back and look at the bottom. You supposed to know what it is up top. This that You say 31:31?
Okay, sir.
Let's get it. Go ahead, read it.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31.
Yeah, whose water is this? Yours?
Come.
Go ahead, bro.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant.
That I will make a what?
A new covenant.
Read.
With the house of Israel.
With the who?
with the house of Israel, and with the house of Judah.
So you understand what new is, right? New is in direct opposition of old. So obviously it was an old covenant, right? That covenant, we broke that covenant. You understand? Read it one more time.
Behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
With the what?
With the house of Israel.
With the house of Israel.
And with the house of Judah.
Now, why is the Lord saying with the house of Israel? Then he says, and the house of Judah. Why is he saying that? Who knows? Let the trooper get it. Trooper?
Would that be said because the nation split and now you got to make a covenant with both of them?
Get a brother a hand. The house of Israel will be talking about who? Trooper.
The northern kingdom?
The northern kingdom. You understand? Manasseh, Ephraim. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to tribe of Ephraim. They got the Puerto Rican Day Parade coming up Saturday. The UPK Chicago will be in attendance. You understand? For very different many reasons. Let me not go there. Since I got to go to every class, you know what I'm saying? But we will be in attendance at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Everybody bring your shades. Stay focused. It's all out. You see how Ryan got them shades on? Them shades in the UPK is for one particular reason. Now let me stop. But we will be there at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Everybody understand? All right, so that's talking about the Northern Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanic tribes and the Native American Indian tribes. Then it says the house of, read that up, like that last part again.
And with the house of Judah.
The house of who?
The house of Judah.
Who is the house of Judah? Go ahead.
I'm referring to the southern kingdom.
Which would be who?
Judah.
So-called Negroes.
Levites.
Levites. Somebody help him out? Yeah, you're right. Not Jamaicans, but West Indian. You're right, because we think that, we think that Benjamin is only Jamaican. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You got Jamaicans, you got the people from Bahamas, Trinidad. Who? Give me somebody else. Barbados. They all over the islands. Everybody understand? So but why? Because the kingdom was split. The Lord, this is the Lord bringing, you know what I'm saying, bringing them 12 tribes back together. Everybody understand? All right, read on.
Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
What covenant is the Most High talking about? Who knows? Kawan, man, this ginger ale is awfully good. What brand is that? What's that? Okay, tastes mighty good today. I don't know. Go ahead, Kawan.
The Lord is talking about the old covenant.
Let me stop you. Make sure that make it up to that T-shirt you got on. Make it straight up to the top. All right, that's good. Go ahead, brother.
The Lord is talking about the old covenant He made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
The Lord talking about the old covenant. Yeah, but you got to be a little bit more specific. You're right. The Lord made a covenant with Abraham. He told him that you understand that his seed would be blessed and all that. Same thing with Isaac. But this is a little different. Okay? Rhyme.
It's talking about when Moses took the children of Israel out of Egypt. He gave them like the contract coming down, with the tablets and all that. Spending.
Right. Remember, Moses went up in the mountain, came down with the tablet. All the children of Israel was there. He showed the commandments on the tablet, and all of the children of Israel said what? Go ahead. See if we can find it. I believe it's in Deuteronomy. You understand? Well, Moses came out of the mountain, you know what I'm saying? And the children of Israel said that what? We will obey. We will follow these commandments. You understand? We gonna, this is the Most High power. We're going to follow you. We're going to do all that your commandments say to do. Everybody understand? But of course, if you actually ever read the Bible, when you go through Chronicles and the Book of Kings and all that, you will see time after time after time, our people broke the commandments. Right. You understand? Right. Namely, the biggest numero of us breaking the commandments was what? What is the number one cause of us always breaking the commandments? My yard.
It's like it, sir, would it be following after other gods?
Follow, get the brother in hand. You understand? Which is initially what? Ryan?
Coming together with other nations.
Coming together with other nations. For some reason, Israel, even though you the only nation on earth that has a God, there is no other gods but the Most High.
Right.
For some reason, your infatuation with the East Indians supersedes you following the Most High.
Right.
Your infection with Africa, you know y'all love the hell out of bone-eating Africans. Why? I don't know. You end up chopped up in the pot, then you all of a sudden you ready to repent, but it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Your arms is off, your feet is off, and you repenting while they chopping you in pieces. We'll see you in the regeneration. That's all you can say. You understand? We told you don't mess with them Africans. I ain't even got to tell you your infatuation with white people. I mean, goddamn. You know, that's like trying to pull a child away from their mother at the daycare. You know, when the first day when they bring them to daycare and the child, well, not all of them, but the ones who spoil, they hanging on to the mama's leg. You know what I'm saying? She like, I got to go to work now, little Tommy. And Tommy, you know what I'm saying, don't want it. The teacher damn, they got to pull Tommy off the leg. You get my point? That's how your infatuation is with white people. Everybody understand? So it's in I believe it's in one of the books where Moses came out of the mountain and the Lord established a covenant with the children of Israel. All right, that's what you should be looking for. But in the meantime, you got it.
It's like I want to see if this thing.
Tell me where you at.
Deuteronomy 4:23.
That sound about right. Go ahead, read it, bro.
Deuteronomy 4:23. Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of the Lord your God, which He made with you, and make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything.
What verse you reading?
Verse 23.
You said 4 and 23.
Sir.
I think I was at 5. Go ahead.
Keep reading.
Yeah, read it from the top again.
Deuteronomy 4:23. Take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of the Lord your God, which He made with you.
Which He made with you. Read on.
And make you a graven image, or the likeness of anything which the Lord thee God hath forbidden thee.
Right. So it was a little bit before this, right? He had once again the children of Israel. You got it, a trooper?
So I believe.
Tell me where you at.
Exodus 23 and 35.
Okay, this sounded right.
So like 23, 24 and 3.
24 and 3. Okay. Okay. Read what you got.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 3. Then Moses went down to the people and repeated all the instructions and regulations.
You said Exodus 24 and 3?
Sir.
Mine say something different.
24 and 3, sir.
24 and 3.
Right.
Okay, read that again. Maybe mine say something different. Go ahead.
Yeah, this the wrong one.
So like, I think you went down to 23.
Hold on, let him get it together.
I got it, sir.
No, cool. Take your time, huh?
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 3.
Got you. Go ahead.
And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments.
This is what we're looking for right here. Read it from the top again.
And Moses came and told all the people the words of the Lord.
The what?
The words of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And all the judgments.
All the what?
And all the judgments.
What are the judgments? Trooper?
So that be what will happen if you don't follow what the Lord says?
Yeah, just like you go to Esau court, when you broke rules, you broke certain laws or whatever the case may be, you had judgment waiting on you. You understand? All right, read on. Lord Christ.
And all the people answered with one voice.
And all the people what?
And all the people answered with one voice.
Everybody see that, right? This is in front of the whole nation of Israel that came out of Egypt during this time. And read that part one more time.
And all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice.
All the people did what?
Answered with one voice.
See how everybody on one accord? Read on.
And said, all the words which the Lord hath said, we will do.
We will what?
We will do.
Everybody understand? Now you had just entered into an oath with the Most High. I believe a sister called me. I think it was you. The call asked me about an oath. Right? This is the nation of Israel making an oath with the Most High right now. This is our nation saying, no, we won't be faggots.
Right.
You understand? No, we won't do interracial dating. No, we won't take images and make them out of gold and silver. And no, we won't be a thief. No, we won't be a slut. No, you understand? So on and so forth. This is the oath that we made before the Most High. Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 4. And Moses wrote all these words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill.
Go ahead.
And 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
According to the what?
According to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Not 13, 12. Everybody understand?
All
right, read on.
Verse 5.
You can drop it right there. Now you can go to the one in Deuteronomy. I forget who you pulled the one. Now let's go there to the one in Deuteronomy. All right.
Could I start at 11? Deuteronomy 4 and 11.
Yeah, wherever you see fit.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 11.
Go ahead.
And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven, with darkness, cloud, and thick darkness.
Everybody understand? Read on.
Verse 12. And the Lord spake unto you out of the midst of fire.
Out of the midst of what?
Out of the midst of the fire.
What is that talking about? The Lord spake to you out of the midst of the fire. Go ahead.
Out of the middle of the chariot.
Yeah, that's what it's talking about, in the midst of a fire. You understand? The Lord spoke to you out of a goddamn what you consider a UFO. Yeah, everybody understand? UFOs is all through the Bible. Christians never know this because they be in church and the reverend read one passage. Listen, John, he probably what John 3:16? He get up there and say, make sure you raise your hand. You know what I'm saying? God so loved the world. Everybody understand? You say that, close that Bible, and then it's time for the singing and the drum. Boom, 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 boom. Then it's time for the, the choir, the faggots to run across the stage, and sister laughing because she knows she been in there. Yeah, everybody understand? All right, read on.
Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no simultaneous.
You just keep reading. Now you good.
Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude. Only ye heard a voice.
Only ye what?
Only ye heard a voice.
Read on.
Verse 13. And he declared.
Go ahead.
What does that mean?
Similar to what was the similar to? Who knows the definition of similar to?
No, so like I mean, like what does it mean when it says you heard the voice, but then showed no similitude?
What's a similar to?
It's something that everybody do together. Something similar to something.
Get it. Let's get the definition. Right. Read the definition. Go ahead, Maya.
Definition of similitude: counterpart, double, a visible likeness or image. A quality or state of being similar to something.
Right. So now read that part one more time.
Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude.
Saw no what?
No similitude.
So what does that mean? A wrong one.
So like that means no similarity. He didn't see a similarity with the voice and what he was looking at.
Which is he ain't see a what? Give it. It's right there on the tip of your tongue.
He didn't see a.
Hey man, you ain't see no man. All you heard was a voice. Imagine somebody pull up on your block. You can't see him, but he telling you, man, look, you don't stand your ass on this corner no more. We're gonna come shoot this bitch up. You done heard that before. You done live a gangster lifestyle. Now that you should be able to understand. You ain't see no similitude. Right. All you heard was a voice. You get my point? All right, read on.
Only ye heard a voice. Verse 13. And he declared unto you his covenant.
He did what?
he declared unto you his covenant.
What verse you at? I don't lost where you was at.
Verse 13, sir.
Go ahead.
And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform.
Which he what?
Which he commanded you to perform.
What is a command? If I command you to perform, what am I telling you to do? Trooper?
It's an order.
That's an order. You understand? The Lord ain't asked you, because you got people always say, well, the Lord gave us a choice. I ain't never read where the Most High gave you a choice in there. Okay, the Most High gave. That's what That's why I say it's called laws, statutes, and commandments. A commandment is something that you must do. Everybody understand? You don't serve a pussyfoot God where you don't have to do it. It's okay.
Right.
That ain't how the Most High work. You understand? That's why it falls also into a household. That man is on top. That woman is under that man, the children. And the father gives what? Orders to that woman. The woman gives orders to the children. And you have a beautiful home. Yeah, everybody understand? Read on.
Okay. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments.
And the Lord said to perform. He wants you to, that means do. All right, read on.
Okay. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. Verse 14.
And I believe those 2 tables of stone was kept in Israel for thousands of years until the Roman Empire came and stole them in 70 AD. Am I correct on that, the bottom of you're a historian?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, and I believe they sitting in Vatican City up until this day. So they claim. All right. What's going on, Lamar? It's a badass headpiece you got there. I got damn. Get a brother a hand for that headpiece. Hey, what's up with Kumar, Ryan? Coming in with the lost sheep. Who made that lost sheep shirt?
Officer Kwan. Man, over in Florida.
Oh, in Florida. Oh, okay. I'm like, damn. Oh, you made it too, huh? Oh, he made that headpiece as well?
On the car.
Yeah, that's tight. Make sure they make it up to the top as well. Good. All right. Where we at?
Verse 14, sir.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it.
Hold your point right there, sis.
Back in 13, it says even 10 commandments. What does even 10 commandments?
Read it one more time.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
And he declared to you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments.
Even what?
Even 10 commandments.
What does that mean? Who knows what that means? A Roman one?
Like that means also.
Yeah, but why is he saying even the 10 commandments? Why is he separating that? It's a ton of commandments, but why is he saying even the 10 commandments? Let Roman one get it. Go ahead, bro.
Slaki, if I could, would the 10 commandments be the ones that are the most abominable, but they almost punishable by death almost?
I wouldn't say that. You own to it though, Ryan.
Could it mean like the 10 commandments could be like the foundation of how the whole laws?
That's what. Remember, precept. Christ said what? All the laws hang on what? Love thy mother as thyself. Excuse me. Love the Lord thy God with all thy strength and thy power, and love thy neighbor as thyself. The 10 is just like, you know what I'm saying, the foundation that all the laws and statutes and commandments sit on. You understand? You start off with those, you'll be able to do all of them. You understand? DeBar?
It's kind of like how an American Constitution, how they
There you
got
go.
certain laws they set up, but then they got amendments under each one
There
broken
you
down
go.
to help you understand how
There
to
you
keep
go.
the main one in totality.
There
So,
you
so
go.
to speak.
Because if you love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and thy might, what does that mean? If you really love the Most High with all thy heart and thy might, what does that mean for the rest of the laws and commandments, sis?
You're going to love all of them and you do all of them.
You're going to do them. Then you come up under honor thy mother and thy father. Why is that important? Why would the Lord set aside these 10, you know what I'm saying, and still you still got other laws, but why would we set these 10 up first, so to speak?
Not sure.
You on it. You just said remember now, love the Lord with all thy heart and thy might. You understand that one? Because that means now if you love the Lord, you're going to obey all of them. And the Lord said what? Right up under that, honor thy father and thy mother. Why is that important?
For respect. Mother and father.
You right, but you gotta give me more. Anybody can answer. Around one.
Slocky, it'd be because if you love your mother and father, it'd be following the paper order. You're supposed to love it. Basically, it's like how we do it here. You loving the man above you. You as a child will be loving your father and your mother in the head of your house.
Right. Your mother and your father is the ones who, during this time, of course, our mothers and fathers was crackheads. So they wasn't teaching you no laws, statutes, or nothing. They was rolling up weed with you. You get my point? So that the people who teaching you is the people in your house on how to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the first foundation of you learning. You understand? You respect your father and your mother, you're gonna go out in society and you know, you can tell when a person has been raised well, right? It's called home training. You get my point? So, and that's it. All right, let's go.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves.
Read 14 again.
Verse 14. And the Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them.
That ye what?
That ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it.
Whether the what?
Whether ye go over to possess it.
What is the Lord talking about right there?
He getting us ready. Basically getting us ready to go take back the land that was given us at first.
Get a brother a hand. Like, remember, our people was coming out of slavery, right? So our people don't know nothing about owning no land. We don't know nothing about having sheep and cattle and, you know what I'm saying, being owners of something, right? If you a slave, like it's hard to understand what, you know, our people wasn't used to that. So the Lord it took 40 years for the Most High to prepare us for that. Everybody understand? And it's gonna be similar. This captivity is gonna be very similar to us coming out of out of Egypt. Same thing with America. We going into the wilderness. We ain't just going into our homeland. We going into the wilderness to gather ourselves together before we have ownership of that. You see, the Lord say, "Going to a land to possess it," meaning this particular land is your. You own this. You understand? All right, read on.
Verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire.
Read on.
Verse 16. Lest ye corrupt yourselves.
Lest ye what?
Lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image.
Go ahead.
The similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female.
Everybody understand? All right, now let's go back to Jeremiah 31 and 31. These precepts you want to make sure that you write down. So if you get asked these questions while you're teaching, you'll know exactly where to go.
Go.
All right? Don't sweat. All right, let's go. Where we leave off here? 32. Start at 31 again, Slocky. Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah, chapter 31, verse 31.
Go ahead.
Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
Now, this is very important for us to know and understand, because it shows how the Lord, you know what I'm saying, how the Lord showed mercy on us as a people. Right. Once again, we told the Lord coming out of Egypt that we was going to obey it, and we didn't. Right. It's very important that you understand what happened in this Bible. That's why it's important to read the book of Chronicles, First Chronicles, Second Chronicles, the book of Kings, because you will see that how wicked we was being. You understand? You looking at him like, damn, this king was wicked, that king was wicked. I mean, we was being wicked. And the king, not only was the king wicked, if the king was wicked, the people who followed him was wicked as hell. Everybody understand? All right, read on.
And with the house of Judah. Verse 32.
Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
He took them by the what?
By the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
Why the Lord said he took Israel by the hand? That mean the Most High came out of the chariot and all millions of people grabbed his hand and he just walked us like this? Come on. What does that mean? Maya?
Lie, sir. Would it be saying that the way he did it, the way he, it was so decisive, it's similar to like the way he led them out, similar to like he grabbed them by the hand, like he directly led
Too
them.
much.
Oh,
You give him way too much. I belong.
It's like, sir, meaning we got out of Egypt with the power of the Most High.
Yeah, you're right. But give me the bar.
Is it more so like the scripture say that the Lord was a husband to the nation of Israel? So is it like a husband taking a wife's hand or something like that?
You're right. I think more. You could say white, but I would say more of a. Go ahead, because it's obvious you won't answer. Goddamn. Been me talking, brother. Still. Go ahead, huh?
It's like you cross the street with your child. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well, he got the answer. Give him a hand. That is the perfect answer. When you first leave out that house, this child that you taking out is a small child. First thing you doing is grabbing them by their hand because you are their what? Protection. You understand? When we came out of Egypt, remember now, we had to walk through other nations. That's why it's important.